So, today we have something a bit different. This thing is a radio thing, and if you see here, this is the clock. That's the only thing that's working. So whatever I do here, if I go to up in the volume, nothing happens. And if I go to, what is it, DN, I don't know what that means, it doesn't do anything as well. I've tried using headphones, microphone, that doesn't work either. Here's the power button, that doesn't do anything as well. Function doesn't do anything, equalizer, random, program, stop band, play pause, and the tuning / skip doesn't do anything. The only button that works is the open button. And yes, I've tried it with a CD and it doesn't work as well. So I'm gonna unplug this thing, we're gonna take it apart, and hopefully we're gonna see if we can find a fault with it. To be fair, I haven't worked on radios before, so I'm not that confident, but we'll see what happens. So let's take it apart. Alright, so here it is. And obviously we're unplugged because I would like to live a little bit longer. And let's see how we can take this apart. So we have a battery compartment down here. And it looks like it's mostly Phillips heads. So I need a longer screwdriver. While I'm taking this apart, I want to let you know that if you're interested in seeing me struggling with this mostly in real time, I do have an uncut version of this video on my extras channel, link in the description. Be warned that that video is 3 hours and 13 minutes long, but if you're interested in following along on how I fault find things, or you have this exact radio and want to follow along, you can do so on my extras channel. Alright, so these screws aren't magnetic, so I'm not really sure when they are out completely, but maybe they are out completely now. So let's try to open this up somehow. And I'm not really sure in what way it opens, or if I have even taken out all the screws completely. Okay, here we go. With some persistence, it finally came off. And we have battery terminals here, so I just want to see where all the connections go. Okay, so I think we can get the speakers off at least. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's a lot of shit going down here. Maybe I can show you without tearing it apart. Here you go. A bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna take out the speakers because they seem to be removable. They seem to, but I'm not sure if they are. Okay, glued in, of course. But that's one thing out of the way. There we go, that's the speakers out. And now we have the battery terminals. We have this thing, I don't even know what that is. The on switch and the plug. And of course the on switch is glued in. Who knew? But that's not really connected to anything. Is it just me? Maybe it's connected under these, but it doesn't seem to be connected. We have to check that out. Here we have the board for the SD card reader, USB, and something else. Here is the main board. I'm not really sure what this is. Let me show you. Does anybody know what this is? I've never seen that before. And I think we have a huge transformer over here. And is there a board under here as well? It seems like it. Maybe that's for the CD player. I'm gonna try to unplug this connector. Alright. So that's loose, obviously that goes there. I think it's not gonna be the easiest thing to just not disconnect these. So I'll just have to live with this being here. And I think there might be a problem with the button first and foremost, because no matter what button I press, except for the eject of course, nothing happens. So I'm wondering if the button board somehow got disconnected. And I mean, you have this power button as well, so I'm guessing that should start the radio somehow. The thing is, all of that is down there. So how am I supposed to get down there? Because there's all of this in the way, and I think I'll have to disconnect it all, which I don't want to do. And I was actually hoping of making something a bit easier today, but boy was I wrong. Okay, so I'm thinking for the board for the buttons, there just has to be a ribbon cable connected to that. I can't see that they would connect a bunch of wires. So what I'm thinking is, if I can get all of these things out, including the main board, I should be able to just take it out and then look at the buttons. So it's gonna be a bit of work to get the speakers off. But also then, okay, no, that's not gonna work either, because there are holes in the plastic here, which some of the wires go through to. Alright, I'm done thinking. I'm just gonna do it. Alright, I lost the bracket somewhere, but we're good. So now we would be able to get the speakers out with this plastic part. Oh, here's the bracket. So I'm thinking I'm gonna tackle the other speaker. I'll have to remember not to forget this ribbon cable, so I'm gonna do that now because I'm gonna forget in like 5 minutes. And I don't know if you can hear my parrot, but he's not confident in this repair. And for once, neither am I. A little plus is that it seems we can just disconnect the front board and the USB board. Oh no. No way. Look at this. So I was gonna take this ribbon off, and I've lifted this connector, but it seems like only the plastic lifted, so the pins are still in place. So we got lucky there. Anyway, here's another connector with a bunch of brown wires. I'm gonna take that off. Let's see, do we have any more connectors? We have the small one. Just took the whole plastic off. Okay. Let's try this one. Can the plastic stay? It seems like it will. Alright. So that's that. I also see some screws that we need to take care of. So let's do that first. Okay, whatever, bye. Oops, realized you can't see. I lost the screw down here somewhere. We're gonna get to it. I think it's under this thingy. There it is. Let's try to get this off now. Oof, those sounds. It's just the glue though. This one is coming off way easier. Here we go. Okay. So let's take care of those. What is this? This doesn't look good, right? I'm not sure these speakers are okay, but we'll see, we'll see. There's a screw missing here, but it's present on the other side. That's weird. I was gonna say that I wonder if someone was in this, but nobody would be that stupid to get into this thing. I mean, you just open it up and you think, nope, not for me. But I don't do that. I'm thinking about you guys. Because I'm a nice guy and I'm just like, hey, you need some content to watch. Watch this idiot try to fix this radio. It's gonna go well. I just had the best idea ever. Also, if I can't fix this, I will super glue back these speakers. And I mean, wait, this speaker also has this jizz-like texture running down here. That's weird. Is it because they've leaked somehow? I don't know. Anyway, I will super glue all the speakers back. I will reassemble it perfectly just the way it was. Then I'm gonna put it in a box and I'm gonna send it to Painful Dwayne and see if he'll have a look at it. I think he's gonna like it. Don't you? Okay, so I'm definitely gonna send this to him. He told me he doesn't like to work on radios as well, so that's gonna make it more fun. I mean, not for him, but for me. Let's just take this part off first. I see 2 screws here. And I'm really starting to think, I'm not gonna get this back together, am I? Okay. So of course, we have a cable here going to the main board. But it's off at least. And now, instead of messing up that super glue, I'm just gonna try to get the front board with the LCD off. Board, my god. Seems like there is at least 2 screws more. Yes, we have one here. Whatever, we don't need that. I know, I was joking. Oh my god. How am I supposed to get to that one? I mean, I'm pretty sure I have these exact capacitors, so if I mess one of them up, I can just replace those. Okay, wait. We have a screw here. So we can try to loosen up this part. And it should give us a bit more leeway. Oh my god. Okay. Let's try the long boy. Okay, now we should be able to get it out quite easily. Here's the LCD, as we can see. I guess this is for the remote. And now, please, can we just lift this out? I would be so happy if we could. Okay, so one of the ribbon cables was for the board down here. I don't know if you can see that. And I really need to get this to the side, because then I can take this whole assembly. Change of plan again. Let's loosen these boards up. And maybe we can just pull those out. Okay, so I think what are you stuck onto? Oh yeah, that's the spinning button. needs to get out. There we go. We are out. We're gonna take you with us. This is connected to the display. And is the display connected to... I don't think it's connected to anything in particular. So we're gonna work around the antenna and try to get the other button board off. I'll find that later. I'm not gonna, but that's what I tell myself. So now we have to wiggle the other spinny button off. Maybe I can do that from the underside. There we go, it's out. Now this board should be loose, and it is. Can we just move all of these things out? Oh, I'm gonna be so happy. And now I'm less happy because we have a blob chip, and if this chip is broken, I will cry. Okay, now we can actually take a look at something. So I'm gonna move all of this and we're gonna check it out. Maybe this was the problem. This was really loose. Part of me is thinking, okay, maybe I should just destroy these connectors and solder these things in place. I'm just gonna try to separate this. And maybe some IPA will help. All right. So let's begin with this. I mean, look at how this looks. It's all broken and stuff. This is the play and pause section. Stop, band, prog click, programs and all that stuff. And I think this is the volume. So are these connections okay? So I'm gonna check from this part to this part. So the top one should go to top one, and so on and so forth. And we're just gonna check with continuity. So alright. Will it work if I just do this? Okay, this one works. But that's after I fixed it also. The second one. The second one doesn't beep. Maybe I just didn't get to it. Okay, it beeps. Number 3. Number 3, which is the broken one, actually didn't beep. Okay. I had to push in the probe really far in. And for number 4, for example, I'm just pushing it in where the connection is supposed to go, and it works well. You know what? I might have found the issue. So maybe that was it, because what do we have here? We have standby K1, function, and K3, and also this potentiometer. But I want to check those things as well. So for the buttons, how are they supposed to go? Is it cross? Okay. So I'm pressing the button. Yeah. Okay. So the resistors are fine. And I think all the paths are fine. I mean, so I'm suspecting that this broken connector is not okay. So I think we have to ditch this connector and solder these points down here. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And we have all the connectors are straight, and we have the red one at the bottom. And I think I can just, I should just be able to get this off and connect them to here, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I think that's gonna be easiest. And I'm actually thinking I'm not gonna reuse those connections. I'm just gonna break this off actually, loosen the IPA and get rid of this. I'm thinking also about not cracking the screen, so I'm being gentle. Got it up a bit. And that wasn't good. So I messed up some pads, but that's fine. Now it's gonna be a mess. Anyway, we're gonna fix that as well. I mean, this doesn't look too bad. I think this is savable because we can just solder to this. This ground plane we can scrape off a bit and put it to here. This seems fine. This might be gone. This is also ground. This looks fine. And this needs to be fixed. Okay, so let's just see with continuity what's what. Okay, so this one obviously broken, but there's a big plane we can use here. This is actually okay. It's not too much to worry about here. A bit wonky, but we can manage. And this trace has to be fixed. They also go to this plane. At least that one does. Yeah, it does. Okay, so obviously we need that for something. And now also that was the one who was destroyed. And this one goes to here. So I mean that's fine as well. So we need to fix this one. This one goes here. So can't we just solder to this point? Or am I really stupid? I think we can do that. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So as we all remember, this connector was sitting like this. We're gonna solder everything down to where it's supposed to be. What you'll see now is a speedrun of me doing the botchiest of bot jobs to reconnect these wires to the board. Enjoy! So it's not the prettiest job, but I mean it quote-unquote works. Plug in the cable, we get a display, so I haven't broken it at least. Stand by. Potentiometer does nothing. Let's try this one. Nothing at all. And the worst part is, we can even start it to the point where you can hear anything from the loudspeakers. But okay. You know what? I'm thinking I'm gonna try something crazy. And even if it works, I'm not sure what it's gonna help me with, but what happens if we short these two? I was hoping that the volume up would go up, but nope. Whoa. What the fuck? How did that happen? Jesus Christ. I hope you saw it on camera. I really do. You saw that light up, right? Oh my god. So that's radio. What the hell? We're gonna try that again. My heart jumped out of my fucking chest. That was crazy. Okay, you can see this, right? Alright, so these pins, I've seen other technicians F around with pins, and I was thinking, okay, I will get shocked, or something else. So I know now, I think if you connect, I connected the power to maybe ground. No, that wasn't it. Power to volume up? No. What? It doesn't work now? Or I'm just shorting the wrong things? What did I do? What the heck? Why can't I replicate it now? That's so weird. There it is. PDO and ground. And we have radio. So if I do that again, Okay. This board has an issue because as we saw previously, the start button doesn't work. So I'm thinking we're gonna take off this part without ruining it, and we're gonna see if we have continuity from these points to the board. And we can also see that it is the first and third pin we care about, because that's the ones I shorted and that's the one who gave us the power on. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to check if the trace from this part goes all the way up here to see if the wires aren't broken. So let's check them out. This one's fine. This one's fine. This one's fine. And this one's fine. Okay. It's not the wires. The wires are fine. So is it something wrong with the buttons? Or is it something else that's amiss? It does look a bit suspicious actually. If I press down the button, I mean, these look way better than these. So all of them go to the first pin. And we have some resistors here. There's a jumper. Yeah, and the resistors have different values. So if we go from the last button, which is faux K3, we get a resistance value of 22,000. If we go from this button, we get a resistance value of 2,000, and if we go from the start, we get a resistance of basically 0 ohms. So I think depending on what resistance value goes back to the first pin. Okay, yeah. So then it knows what function to call, and since wow, I'm actually starting to understand that. And since we use the tweezers, these have basically 0 resistance. So that's how we got it to turn on. If it would have been another function for the 0 resistance value, we would have called another function and it wouldn't turn on. So it was really lucky that we actually used this method, got 0 resistance, and that happened to be turn on. Okay. So let's fix these buttons. I have a bunch of buttons and switches that I sourced from other broken electronics. So from here to here, nothing. From here to there, something. Now can I press it in? Yep. Let's just do the other side as well. Yeah, this will be fine, I think. So my thinking now is, we know this button is okay. So if we remove this and replace it and it still isn't okay, there's something with the circuit. And I wouldn't know what that would be, but we'll see. Yep, there it is. My parrot doesn't believe in me. What else is new? plugged in. We're turning it on. Time is displayed. Now for the moment of truth. Let's hold the power button. No way. I'm so happy, this is crazy. Nice music. Wait. Okay, it's reading CDs. I was like, what? Did I break it? No disc. Aux. FM. Alright, so let's turn it off. Easy peasy. Okay, so I'm gonna put it back together. We're gonna test it with a CD, and hopefully it's gonna work fantastic. So, it's finally back together, and here it is in its full glory. So, the dreaded power button. Is it still gonna start? No problems. Volume works fine. Finding channel works fine. Can take different bands. Random FM channel. I mean, it all works. Equalization works. So let's see if it can read a CD. I don't know if this CD is good. I got it in this actually, but let's see if it works. I can hear it spinning. No disc. Well, maybe it's not a CD disc, but anyway, it's fixed in my opinion. I've double checked the CD player, but yeah. Whew, this was a gruesome one. So if you made it this far, please like and subscribe and comment, all that stuff, and we'll see what we'll do next time. I'm Beat, so I'm out. See ya, peace.